もいい。今俺の望みといえばただぐっすり眠ることだ。いや。
Welcome back, everyone.
Hi.
This is Torn, your Vulgo podcast. My name is Attila Gonczy.
I'm Cameron Rose-Smith.
And today we will continue talking about Japanese cinematography and film. In the previous episode, we finished at 1945.
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
1945. So what do you have
What
for us?
what happens next?
Yeah, what happens
It's
next?
a really good question. I'm going to face this way a little bit more as well. I'm going to be more Is this more casual?
Yeah, just involve them.
Yeah, I'll
as
try.
well.
Yeah. Well, 1945. Where did we end? Japan surrendered. After a couple of
Second
nuclear
World
bombs.
War.
You'll do it. That'll do it, right? And what you had after that was American occupation. They pretty much didn't fancy. They didn't really trust the Japanese at that time.
Not really. Even
Yeah.
with kabuki, some of the plays got banned because they used it for propaganda.
That's right.
So they were,
And this is exactly right. So all of these traditional plays, these theatre productions, all the films prior to that were a little bit too Bushido heavy. So all of this kind of self-sacrifice.
So the same thing happened with films.
Yeah, same thing happened to films. So you couldn't, up until about 1952, when the San Francisco Treaty was enacted, that was basically when America went, see you later, we're done. Okay, you guys are good, job done, we're out. They were just saying they didn't allow any of these kind of films that push this mentality of self-sacrifice, pledging one's allegiance to a lord. Even a samurai sword in a film was pretty much banned. I think even the Mount Fuji, I forgot which film it was, but was banned because it was seen as
just
looking at the thing, because it was too. I mean, it's a good mountain. It's pretty good.
It's quite
It's
big.
pretty good. It's quite big and powerful. Even maybe a butter knife. It went up. I mean, it was pretty tight. They were just so worried that they still had this fire inside of them.
So what did
What did they do? It plummeted. I mean, the films, went from thousands of films a year to very few. However, they could make films that were not that were post Meiji restoration. So we've mentioned the Meiji restoration a couple of times in this, and just to give some context on where that sits in this, and visually where this sits. And we've spoken about the date, like 1868, I believe that was. Now, if you want to go watch something, go watch Tom Cruise in my guilty, not so guilty pleasure, Last Samurai.
That was a good movie.
film. It's a great film.
That was a good movie.
Good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't mind it at all.
I was a little bit scared that you're going to say Mission Impossible, but...
Well, you go watch that as well. Do a whole Tom Cruise run. Like, he runs. I mean, go check. I mean, he's... He can do anything.
He can.
Yeah.
He can. He's like a little energy bomb.
He's a little energy bomb. I know.
Yeah.
I put the Scientology to one side for a moment.
Even in the previous episode when we were ranking the good, the bad, the movies, you talked about Tom Cruise and
Did I?
Mission Impossible. Yeah, you mentioned it, that it was unrealistic and it was all over the place.
I can't get it.
But anyway,
out
The
of my
Last
head.
Samurai, that's a very good movie.
Yeah. So that was like 1877. That's Satsuma Rebellion, I think it was based on. So
I mean, it took place in 1877.
it took no. It was filmed in 1870. Tom Cruise went back in time. Tom Cruise can do this.
I mean, he was
He
in
can do
an
whatever he
interview
wants.
with the vampire as well, so he's a vampire.
I'm pretty sure he's a vampire. Have you seen him
Probably.
these days? I don't know how old he is. Is he like 60?
Yesterday we had a tea.
Something. Oh, you had a meet-up, did you? You had to catch up with Tom.
Yeah.
How is he? Is he all right?
No, he's okay.
It's fine. He's looking good,
He's
though, isn't he?
okay.
Works out.
Yeah.
He's looking great. Meiji Restoration. So, you couldn't make a Jidaigeki period film because it was too, as I say, it was too Bushido, right? However, something did slip through, something magical slipped through. And this was in 1950, so the Americans left in 1952. But in 1950, they allowed a film called Rashomon to be created by Akira Kurosawa. And this film is pretty much where we'll start the golden era of Japanese film.
Ooh.
Because I think this is where a lot of people say that this is the film that put Japan on the map to the West and the world.
Okay.
Now, Rashomon is...
What is it about?
Let me tell you what it's about. It is a non-linear narrative story where you have multiple characters who will tell of an event that they witnessed. So it's a murder of a samurai. And this samurai is escorting his wife through the woods, and this bandit murders him. So we believe. And this is all being told in a piece by piece. Each character will reveal parts of their story. So you have the bandit, the wife, the samurai's ghost. So he comes back as the medium, which is a really creepy scene. It's pretty cool. And then you have the woodcutter as well. And they all have their own different versions of what happened in the woods. Now, to you and me, maybe thinking about that, we go, yeah, well, that's a cool story. That's interesting. But at the time, this is very new way of telling a story on film.
Yeah.
And what it did was it manipulated the audience's expectations, and it was shocking. It was a revelation. I mean, it had been done before, but it never in this way. So, and this was pushed forward, and Akira Kurosawa didn't actually realize that it was put into the Venice Film Festival, and it won the top prize at the time, which was unseen before for Japanese film. So you had people all of a sudden going, what is this incredible work that we're seeing? Now, in terms of Akira Kurosawa's shooting techniques, it was also revolutionary. He would use... Now we're gonna mention Akira Kurosawa quite a lot during this time, because it's just, you can't get away from the man, quite honestly. He's all-inspiring. Within this, and weather will always play a part in his films. And in this one, for example, he uses the forest, the sunlight, and shoots directly into the sun, which was not something that was used at the time.
So he played with shadows and light?
Played with shadows, played with light, manipulated them. This was a really sort of kind of considered taboo at the time. I don't know why, but he was very experimental. Yeah, taboo. Yeah, because you weren't supposed to sort of because when you were shooting into light, it would cause obviously the reflection.
Yeah, it could burn out the picture.
Yeah, but this was his way of sort of his storytelling.
Artistic approach.
Storytelling. Yeah.
Okay. So it was shocking. It was a new approach.
Yes.
The story as well, it sounds very deep.
It's deep. I mean,
but it's really no-ish, I have to say.
Well, we'll actually get on to no-ish a bit more. This is, you could say...
I haven't seen it, actually.
You haven't seen it?
I'm going to watch it.
It's a fascinating portrayal of these individual characters. It forces you to consider truth and what is truth.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. So we all have our own truth. I mean, to the extent that even today the term Rashomon is used in the court of law to explain when people have eyewitness accounts and have different accounts of the same thing they've all seen. So they still use this term, the Rashomon effect.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So it left such a huge impact.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty cool, right?
I mean, to be honest, when it comes to art, any kind of art, actually, and I know that we are talking about films and cinematography, and we talked about theater as well. But when there is an art piece, even with a painting, for example, when there is an art piece and it makes you think, it makes you reconsider something that is just. I think that makes art meaningful.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. So it was revolutionary. It put them on the map. You also then got put on the map a guy called Mifune, Toshiro Mifune. You will like this guy.
Don't tell me that he was a psychopath or.
I think you'll like his energy.
Dark.
Not necessarily. No. No. You're no. He worked with Akira Kurosawa in like 16 films. And eventually they fell out in 1960. They did one last film together, like I think it was called Redbeard. But he was pretty much his muse. And Mifune, just to give some background on him, was I kind of put him in the sort of the Harrison Ford category of actor.
So he's an actor.
He's an actor. Sorry, yes, he's an actor. Mifune's an actor. And he was initially he was in the army. In the aviation division, he was in the war. He was taking, but he was not a pilot. He was taking aviational sort of like what they call like satellite photos, like not satellite, but from a plane. Because his father owned a photography factory, I believe, some sort of in China. So he was born in China. He spent the first parts of his life there, and then eventually moved back to Japan. Found himself in the army. Was in the aviation division. Used his skills as a photographer to work in that division, and then ended up towards the end of the war on an island that was predominantly used to host kamikaze pilots before their last mission. So So what he would do, his last job was to take photos of them before they go off on their final flight.
God.
Yeah, it's bad, isn't it? So I kind of feel like this is part of his energy. Like, I mean, he's seen a lot.
I don't like him.
No, you will. I promise you. Every film I list from Akira Kurosawa has him in it as a lead. Okay, and his character.
So he was a magnificent actor.
He's
probably,
yes,
so
like
an outstanding, and probably because it seems to me that the film itself, it was a unique approach, for example, the story and the storytelling. So you need a unique actor.
You need a unique actor to do it and to play it. Yeah. He's not just got this he's got a raw animalistic charisma about him. Not just that, but he's also funny. And I'll go through these other films where he's in it and playing these different characters. But at first you might watch him and go, this is quite big. He's quite a big actor. But you get to the end and we'll talk about...
Size-wise or talent-wise?
He's a big guy in life as well. And talent as well.
Okay.
Towards the end, he plays the Macbeth character I mentioned in the last episode.
My question is, during this time, did they push realism?
I think realism might be a bit subjective. I think it's not necessary... Is it realism? I mean, that's a good question.
Because still the Meiji Restoration, when it comes to Japanese performance art in general, it was quite coded and
this is more real. This is more real.
So it's more real.
Why I would say it's subjective is that you might look at this now and feel like it's a bit dated, because it is dated, but it's still magnetic. It's still his like.
Got it, dude.
Yes. It still has a gravitas to it.
It has balls.
It has balls. He got into acting, and this is anyone out there who wants to go into acting. You know, he's a great example of. He wanted to work at Toho, the production company, and after he got out the army, wanted to get into their photography division. There was no space, so he said, I'll turn up as an actor and see if they'll take me in, and then I'll get into the photography division. He auditioned. They hated him. right? Because they gave him the direct. I think they gave him like, let's see you angry, something like this. This is the legend anyway. And he was like, he tore up the place basically. He was like, it's too much for them. Akira Kurosawa was there at the time, I think by chance, and he saw him and was like, this is my guy. I like this guy.
Great.
I like what he's doing. And then
great.
took him in, and they worked together for next decade.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay.
So he's an amazing character to watch, and we will see him again later.
16 movies.
16, yeah. He wasn't. There's another guy who did 17 with Kurosawa. They would have. I think they would have made more, but there were some creative differences and financial issues, I believe, that tore them apart. But they still had massive respect for each other. I believe Mifune said something along the lines of,
they were friends.
They were friends, but probably emotionally quite difficult to be near each other. But I think Mifune said something along the lines like, the only work that I like.
We can talk about this later in another episode. That how when it comes to, for example, shooting a movie or even doing a stage production, that it's like all of a sudden with the actors and the crew and the director and the writers, we all become one big family.
A big family that hate each other's guts.
And sometimes arguments happen.
Sometimes they happen.
But from those arguments, beautiful things can bloom.
Yes, and they did in this era. I'll tell you that. We will now go to post 1952, and now this is after Americans have gone, all right, guys, looks like job done. We've done it again. You're welcome. See you later. And they jog on, and all of that censorship is lifted. And we can now begin to start making period films, Jidaigeki. But the film we are going to make is not a Jidaigeki film. It is something called a Shomengeki, which is a subgenre of Gendaigeki. And these are domestic dramas. So, home. Go on. What are you going to say?
No, it's just when I said Jidai Mono and so on and so on, we talk about those ones as well. You mentioned Pokemon. And now I'm listening to them, and it does sound like Pokemon names.
Yeah, it's because we're our uncultured minds.
Yeah. So I just wanted to give you a credit for it.
Thank you. Because now it does,
like,
yeah. Okay. So
it's not just because it's Japanese. It's just yeah. Anyway, continue, please.
Okay. No, I will. This is a film called Tokyo Story. Now, what I'm going to do in this episode, I'm pulling out choice cuts because, quite honestly, the amount of great cinematic pieces that came out of this 10 years was astounding. It's too much. It's just too much. I can't fit it in. So I'm just going to pick out a few films to talk through.
The outstanding ones.
This is Tokyo Story. This was directed by a chap called Ozu. Yasujo Ozu. And it is...
Who wrote it?
A guy called... I think Ozu wrote it with Noda, a guy called Kogo Noda. And this is often seen as one of the best movies ever made. It's often up there.
In Japan or
ever. So this often makes the top 5, top 10 list of like you should watch this film because it's.
So what's the IMDb score right now?
I can check it.
No, I'm sorry, no,
you can check it while I talk.
Check it.
Yeah, let me know.
So Tokyo
I imagine it's going to be like 7.8 or 8. It won't be like a 10.
Let's see.
Have a look.
Okay. So yeah, don't wait for me.
I won't wait for you. No, dead air. So this is an incredibly heartwarming.
8.1.
8.1. Well, there you go. It is.
It is up there.
It is up there. This story takes place in contemporary modern Tokyo at the time, so 1950s, and it's a very simple story.
But beautiful cinematography.
Oh man,
I'm looking at it right now and just screenshots on IMDb. Check it out.
It's we'll get into it.
Looks very pretty.
Well, Ozu would have a very, very unique style. So I'll tell you the story in a second, but to talk about his shots. So he had a number of shots that were pretty much, if you look at them, go, oh, that's Ozu. That's an Ozu shot. One is called a tatami shot, which is a shot, and this is pretty much how he shot all his films. And it was, the camera was set up 3 foot off the ground. So in pretty much most of his scenes that were set inside, that's the height of the camera. And a tatami is like a mat, like a Japanese mat you kind of kneel on in a domestic dwelling.
Yep.
So you would, as a viewer watching what's happening in front of you, at first you're very aware that you're low down, and because it's unusual for me and you to kind of like kind of constantly be watching a film and we're sort of like at this very low angle. But what it is you become
status.
No, well, it's actually, well, I guess in Japanese. No, because when you're in a Japanese home, that's where you're sitting, right? So you're sitting on the tatami and you're talking to each other. So a lot of these.
So
scenes,
it was almost like a POV.
Yeah, it's a POV. So you're sitting there and you're watching this domestic, situation happen in front of you. Unfold, yeah. And it became, so once you get used to it, you're like, this is very, it pulls you into it. Very immersive. It pulls you into it. And he doesn't move the camera. It stays in place. And the characters move around, and so they'll move in and out of shot. So it's
one continuous shot.
You would have a lot of continuous shots. Obviously he'd cut, but they're all locked off. So you'd have the domestic dwelling and sitting, and in this story in particular, you have the grandmother and the grandfather come and visit their grandchildren, and they're going and visiting them at their houses in Tokyo, and you'd sit there and you'd watch them talk and discuss, and the acting is very, again, charming. It's endearing. It feels real, and one director that is compared to him is Wes Anderson. Okay, because you have a lot.
He just got stuck in a lift.
Sorry, our lift? Is Wes here? Is he with
Tom?
No. Great.
No,
we're gonna have a great night.
No, if I was just scrolling on Instagram and they made the news out from it that Wes Anderson, he got stuck in a lift.
Just now? Which lift?
Just I don't know where.
This is a slow news week.
Yeah,
if we're hearing about Wes Anderson.
But it was a big news.
Okay.
Anyway.
Okay. So we have these shots that are beautifully staged. So they're all framed within a frame. This so you're peering into the dwelling, and then you have, in between these shots, these takes, you have a thing called a pillow shot, and these are shots. No, you're not sleeping. Far from it. These are shots that are.
Imagine that the camera is facing to the ceiling and everyone is like talking like that. Oh, you can see the nostrils moving, and that would be lovely.
Yeah, so adventurous, so new. These were like shots that were just.
So why do we call it the pillow shot?
There is something to do with poetry. Pillow poetry, I think, and this is where, because they are basically. They don't necessarily have anything to do with the actual plot. They are like a breather, like a space for you to think about what just happened. So you might have a scene of a couple talking, and then he might cut to a hill with some birds flying.
Oh, I see. Okay.
This kind of.
Okay, so
it's kind of just
coming in and out.
It's coming in and out, and allowing you to kind of like breathe and to kind of reflect and
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So, and again, another Wes Anderson comparison would be like a lot of his characters, especially in Tokyo Story, they would cut straight to the face. So the character would be talking towards the camera directly.
So we can. Okay, I see. All right. Almost like breaking the fourth wall.
Almost, if they were looking into the camera, but they're obviously looking straight off. So but it feels very very Wes Anderson esque.
Okay.
Gonna have a sip of water.
Okay, go for it. Yeah, sounds lovely.
Yeah. So
it's amazing to me that after what happened, I'm talking about the World War. I think everyone made a mistake. Everyone.
I mean, putting it lightly, I guess.
Putting it lightly.
Yeah.
But how artists and creators of any kind, they use that to develop more meaningful art. So
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
Well,
so
I
it's
mean,
like
if
it
you
was
look-
very traditional, very safe.
Mhm.
Especially with kabuki, for example, it was obviously groundbreaking, fashionable, blah blah blah, but it was safe. And then terrible things happened, and then the artists, they are using that
That pain.
and suffering, and yeah, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And the great, I think most of the big art pieces and plays and movies, they are coming from that dark something, but it ends up being beautiful. I don't know how to put it out.
I think you did. I think you put it beautifully, mate. I mean, just on this Tokyo Story, the two characters that we should look at is Noriko, played by Setsuko Hara, and the father figure, played by Chishu Ryu. And these two are the kind of, you fall in love with these characters. And the reason, Noriko plays the daughter-in-law, so she's not actually part of the family, but she is, but her husband died in the war. So this story reflects real life events, basically. But she's incredibly charming. She's the only one out of the kids who are supportive to the parents. The kids are all ignoring them, trying to send them off to a spa, which is for young people. Eventually, spoiler, the grandparents go back because they're like, we should get out of their hair. This is obviously not working. And they go back home, and the grandmother dies, and leaving the grandfather on his own. And there's, the kids are, obviously like, oh, this is very sad, but not really sort of maybe that worried, not that bothered about it. And it's a really good meditation on
Life,
family. Don't forget about them. Check it out. Very good.
Cool. Okay, so we talked about two movies already. Tokyo Story and
Rashomon.
Yes. So now, your favorite.
My favorite?
I think you will talk about Seven Samurai.
I will talk about Seven Samurai. It's bloody great. However, you have to strap in again. It's about 3 hours. What did I say? 3 hours. I'm going to say 3 hours, 45 minutes, something like that.
My God, I don't have that much time.
No one has that much time anymore.
Yeah.
We don't have much time. We might have to take a break.
You have 3 minutes to tell me.
Gosh. Okay, really quickly.
The plot of a 3 hour long.
Have you seen Magnificent Seven?
Yes.
Have you seen Ocean's 11?
Yes.
Have you seen Avengers?
Yes, unfortunately.
Yeah, well, they have all owe it to Seven Samurai. This is the prototype. This is where it began. Yeah. So it's
the OG.
This is the OG. Now,
superhero team. Blah blah blah.
Building it together to fight off some sort of bandit, some enemy, some evil.
Cool. Commercial break.
Okay.
We're gonna be back very soon. Bye.
Bye. Two, 1, 2.
And we are back. So, let's continue.
Okay.
That was a lovely break. As always.
I enjoyed it thoroughly, thank you.
Yeah, me too. Okay, so, Seven Samurai.
Can you tell me what I said before? Can you remember?
Well, the Seven Samurai was the OG of the superhero team.
Yes.
These powerful characters, they are getting together. They are sharing their whatever.
That's right. That's exactly right. So Mifune,
Ocean's 11, Avengers,
all that business,
all that lovely Hollywood.
Yeah. So you had
cliche.
Mifune. He is our lead guy, and he is trying to gather up a band of Ronin samurai. So they've got nothing better to do at this time, right? They've got no lord. no one to work for. They need jobs.
Okay.
And he finds this ragtag bunch. Actually, he asked this one particular samurai, who is this very honorable, very, he's kind of our focus of the story, and to build this team to defend a village from some bandits that keep attacking, stealing their rice, their grain, all their goods. Quite frankly, these farmers are terrified of everything. I mean, everything. They are not helping themselves in this. So the samurai eventually, and it takes about an hour and a half maybe for them to actually find themselves at the village. It takes a long time for the team to assemble, and you eventually get there. Then they get to the village. Then they start training the villagers to fight, get to let them, build them up. It's then you have some sort of personal character development. There's like a little love story between one of the samurai and one of the village
two
girls.
samurais. No, I'm joking.
That would be way before its time.
Why not?
Why
Come
not?
on.
Why not? Maybe there is a film. Maybe we should make a film. Samurai Love.
No.
No?
Even
Love in Edo.
via Sakamoto.
Sakamoto?
The soft style,
Oh, we're the Sakamoto
associated with love.
Sakamoto boys. Okay, never mind.
Okay, let's move on.
Let's move on quickly. So, this is again Akira Kurosawa. He's showing off. Quite frankly, this puts him again on the map. It's a big epic action film. Whereas Ozu would be quiet, meditative.
Mm-hmm.
Kurosawa is creating big picture, big movements, big action, using...
I'm sorry, again, this is a movie that I've heard a lot about.
Yes.
But I haven't seen it.
Oh, that's fine.
Did they use VFX?
Not VFX, but you would use...
Is it VFX? VFX, yeah. Special effects.
And it's a really good point. Kurosawa would try and make things as visceral and real as possible. Mm. So he would use telephoto. So during the action sequence at the end, you had the big fight in the rain. So you'd have like rain machine kind of coming down, and it was
cool.
And it was cold and miserable for the actors. Muddy. He actually purposely designed the shot list, so he put this sequence at the end. So because it was so expensive, by the time he got to this point where the action is, he'd already shot all the film apart from this bit. And if he did it the other way around, the production company would go, "No, you've shot enough. We can't give you any more money." But he did it the other way around, so he was like, "Well, I haven't got the climax. You're gonna have to keep giving me the money." So he did this.
Cool.
And he used particular telephoto lens to kind of like squash the image, so like you have all this and to keep everything in focus, so he could shoot. And he used multiple cameras. So this was something actually pioneering as well. And people like, I think Spielberg used this technique. Basically referenced him as like, I'm going to use multiple camera setup to make sure that I capture all the sequences happening. Because during these kind of moments of action and horses riding around, galloping around, people flailing about, he wanted to make sure that he's getting everything he can. And it is, again, the rain is a character in this, like this, the shooting into the sun in Rashomon was to kind of create this idea of the forest being also deceptive, also confusing, right?
Like a mythical
creature, right? So again,
I'm wondering, by the way, since you mentioned the horses, because there is a rule that it's not a rule, it's just difficult to work with kids and horses. I mean, animals. Then, did he have any problems with
horses?
With the horses?
Apparently, none died.
Oh, that's lovely. That's lovely, because Ben-Hur, for example.
Oh, Ben-Hur. Yeah.
Sorry, Ben-Hur.
Not the Ben-Hur. That's a different story. That can go along with our samurais.
They killed at least eight.
Did they?
8 horses
on purpose?
and
as a sacrifice?
2 stuntmen or something like that. I'm gonna check it.
Check it out.
Nah, it's fine. Don't worry. It's Oh,
Hello.
sorry. Hello.
It's Ben-Hur saying, or Ben-Hur, asking. Don't use my name.
It's fine.
It was the most expensive Japanese film ever made at the time, at 210 million yen, and it did, as I say, run out of money mid-production. Toho,
but he managed to finish the
he
story.
Got it
and
because
film.
he knew that was going to happen. He knew what he was doing.
Yeah.
The crafty Akira.
That's a dangerous business, by the way.
Yeah. So again, an incredible but long film. It's but worth watching.
It's 7 hours. Samurai 7 hours.
7 hours. Yeah. That's exactly right. That's how he saw it. Yeah. Now we're going to get to what everybody knows. Here's our boy. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. That's well. It's more dinosaur sound. That was more of a dinosaur. That's not a true Godzilla.
Then what is a true Godzilla?
I'm just going to do this, and then I'm going to edit it later, so it's going to sound like.
Okay.
Yeah. I did the act. So,
oh, let me do it as well.
Okay. What do you know what I'm going to do to you when I edit this? I'm going to put something else on.
Like a seat.
Like a seat or something. Yeah.
Okay, go on.
All
Godzilla.
Right. Godzilla. Now, Godzilla. We all know Godzilla.
Which one came first, Godzilla or King Kong?
Can you guess?
Godzilla.
No.
King Kong.
That's right.
King Kong.
King Kong came first. Yeah, 1933.
Wow.
1933, yeah. And that was stop motion.
Yeah.
Like an early form of stop motion.
Yeah.
And later, so stop motion is really expensive and really long process to do. So, and in Tokyo at the time, in Japan at the time, you didn't really have that kind of money, that kind of time, and the expertise around to deliver that. So what they did, they pioneered something called suitmation.
Oh, I thought it's a time machine. Like
a time machine.
They got a real
guy, a real dinosaur. A real dinosaur, just kind of like
a real fat dinosaur.
Yeah.
Sorry, dude.
He's a bit chunky.
He's a little bit, a little bit chubby.
He's not.
Yeah.
But he's strong. He's a pair.
Okay. Yes.
So this was, we mentioned this guy in the previous episode, Tsuburaya, and he was pretty much pushed this suitmation, and you could crack out a film a bit cheaper. You just have to, obviously the models can be bigger because you've got a man in a suit. Now this suit weighed 91 kg, somewhere between 91 and 100. I think in the original suit was something like 110 or something like that. It was yeah, and it would reach up to 60 degrees centigrade in heat.
No.
Yeah. So you'd often the chap inside the suit, guy called Nakajima, who did many of the Godzilla films, he would faint and pass out. It wasn't comfortable. So he suffered for his art.
That's crazy.
Yeah. This was not... So a lot of people might think Godzilla now as... They'd maybe put him in the good guy category of characters. He comes in, some beast like Mothra decides he's going to throw his weight around or whatever, and Godzilla comes out and goes, "What? Hey, stop it!" And he comes and he beats him up. He does it, and he goes back into the ocean. Everyone gives him a good round of applause, and he comes back next time when another beastie comes out. This is actually a meditation on and a reaction to the anxiety of the nuclear weapons at the time, and it happened. So there was an incident in Bikini Atoll in 1954, and the Americans were testing some bombs off of this island, and the radiation hit a boat, a fishing boat in the area, a Japanese fishing boat, and the fishermen got irradiated. So again, it was like another like story in Japan about radiation, about people suffering from this weapon. And this came out pretty much in the same year, as that incident. And there's even a reference to it. I think there's like one of the boats in it is called something like Number 5 or something like that. It directly references this kind of this incident. And it's not Godzilla being a fun-loving good guy. He's pissed. He's not a happy boy. And even though that the suit is a bit goofy, like, I think honestly, if you did something, because if you look, there's a bit where he just looks around, he's got his big old googly eyes. You're kind of a little bit cute, Godzilla. You know, if they sorted that out, it'd be a lot menacing. But there's so many parts of it where you're just so into the story. Like, he will break through these electrical lines. He disappears like Batman at one point. Like, he's over the hill, he looks down. This is when the first time you see him, because you hear him first, right? So you hear his doof, 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 and people are like, "Wow, what's going on?" There's a big crowd of people coming, and he peers over the mountain. It looks pretty sick. It looks pretty good. Then he kicks off. He starts rampaging through the city, tearing it up. You know, pretty much like the nuclear bomb that hit the cities in Japan. And you have moments where a mother is like, there's one scene where a mother is sitting there with her kid and going, "Don't worry, we'll be with Daddy soon. Like, the end is nigh. He's coming for us." And he would also leave a trail of radiation behind him. So it wasn't just like, pop in, gonna do some destruction, then pop out. It was like, I'm gonna pop in, I'm gonna shit all over your town with my radiation, and then go out. It was brutal. So it wasn't this kind of like fun film. It turned into like this kind of character where it came a bit ridiculous. But this is actually a pretty serious film. And the way they killed him in this film was an oxygen stealer. So the scientist who created it kind of, he's napping. I mean, I feel this is about Film Godzilla. He was napping in the ocean. They kind of steal the oxygen around him and suffocate him. But yeah. Cool. So, again, this is obviously such a big merchandise, big product, big. I mean, there was like, I think that since 1954, there's been about 38 films made with Godzilla, so it's worth billions.
When did the first American Godzilla production came out?
Well,
I have memories of that movie.
Yeah, you had a remake at 1956.
No. What's his?
Sorry. Do you mean the modern one?
Wait, I'm gonna check it. Go on.
Do you mean the modern one? Because you had a remake of the 1954 one.
Yes, they did that in 2014. But
yeah, with Jamiroquai going, "We're going deeper underground. There's too much panic in this town." That one?
No.
It definitely was.
Maybe.
I remember watching it as a kid thinking it was sick. But then the Japanese fans of Godzilla, from that day forward, used that Godzilla as a comic piece.
1998.
Yeah.
That's the one.
Yeah, that's the one. This one, yeah, with the big foot on the front. Yeah, that one, yeah.
Yeah.
Awful.
Yeah. Awful.
Well, I liked it at the time.
But I remember it was some it scared me a little bit.
Yeah.
It scared me a little bit. I was way too young, and I remember I stole it from a library.
That's very. You want to admit that, do you? Right now.
That's fine.
Do you want to? Is this? Have you still got it? Do you still need to return it? No.
But it was a VHS.
VHS.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my God, we are so old.
We are old.
Oh.
We are old.
Okay.
VHS.
But anyway. But who was the guy who played the scientist?
Come on, put it in.
Starring Matthew Broderick.
Might be him.
John Rayner.
There was a French guy in it who played Leon. I forgot his name. He didn't play it. He was Leon, I think.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it was a good movie. It was awful, but
the best thing about it was the soundtrack, which was Jamiroquai.
Yeah.
Quite honestly, and he had a really cool music video to go along with it.
Yeah.
He did his dancing and he had his hat.
Okay.
Yes.
Let's move.
We're moving on.
So Godzilla, we killed Godzilla now.
Godzilla's dead, and
Godzilla's dead.
I was gonna talk about stop motion, but actually, this is gonna be another episode in itself. I think stop motion, claymation, suitmation, all of that, because it's fascinating, the differences, and the chap who who pioneered this, Harryhausen, was he actually complained about the Godzilla when it first came out because he thought it was a rip-off of one of his earlier films, which was The Beast from 20,000 Fathoms, which he made in 1953. Well, I didn't watch it, but the creature looks maybe a little similar. Maybe
it's just a big lizard.
It is a big lizard, yeah. So I mean, big lizards just look like big lizards, don't they?
Yeah.
Shut up, Harryhausen.
All right.
Okay, so we're moving on from
there was
Godzilla.
so many movies with Godzilla. I remember that there was one when Godzilla and King Kong, obviously. Godzilla and another.
Mothra.
Yeah.
I mentioned Mothra earlier. Who's the one with 3 heads?
Not Medusa, but
not Medusa. No.
It's fine.
You sure?
So yeah.
Monsters.
Google it.
I'm gonna Google it now.
Not you.
Oh, them.
You Google
the people
it.
at home. God. Okay. Yeah. Don't worry about it. We're moving on.
Yeah.
Thank you,
let's
Godzilla.
Thank you so much. Bye bye.
We're gonna move on now to Mizoguchi, who out of basically these are the 3 big names of. Sorry, I should say Godzilla was directed by a guy called Honda. There you go. Mizoguchi.
Beep, beep.
Mizoguchi, in terms of big names in the 1950s, he's top 3. Ozu, Kurosawa, Mizoguchi. These guys, this is where you got to start if you want to start looking at the golden era of Japanese cinema.
So what was his style?
What was his style? What was he about, right? What was he up to? So he was... He mostly focused on Judaigeki, so period films.
Okay.
And I mentioned him last time as a sort of feminist, and you might be able to describe him as, because a lot of his films would focus on the plight, the struggle of women, and their strength and fight against those forces against them of the time. So he would.
Did he create a female superhero character?
I mean, I think all his characters tended to be very human.
Okay.
And would face these problems as, and that's how you feel for them, right? This is how you would face them as humans and struggle against them, right?
Got it.
You know
Got
what I
it. It's just still I'm in the Godzilla
Oh, right, yeah.
science fiction thing. Okay, so now we are back to realism, but
Yes.
now it's feminist. We are focusing on female characters.
And so he would, focus on their oppression, their endurance, their dignity. His filming style was very different from Ozu and Kurosawa, whereas Kurosawa might be, quite punchy, quite powerful, a lot of cuts, a lot of action happening.
Yeah.
Although Kurosawa was still character based, like it was very important that his characters were all morally ambiguous, and Ozu had this kind of calm, still presence. Mizoguchi was very ethereal, ghostly almost. He would use very long shots, uncut, and follow his characters, so he would move with his characters, almost. There's like panoramic sort of camera style. There's a type of painting called a makimono, and these are basically long landscape paintings, makimono paintings.
Yeah.
You read them from right to left, and it will tell you a story.
Mm-hmm.
And this is kind of how he would describe his filming style. So it was very ghostly, very spiritual, very ethereal stuff.
Cool.
Yeah. Yugetsu 1953 would be, if you're going to watch Yugetsu, and Sancho the Bailiff would be 2 films you should start with if you're going to go watch Mizoguchi. No.
Okay.
Yeah. He was the guy.
These are not comedies, I think. Right?
They are definitely not comedies. No, absolutely not. Okay, we're gonna jump to the last part. this is again Kurosawa, Throne of Blood. Now, I wanted to end on this because it kind of brings us full circle.
Okay.
Back to No.
Really?
Yeah, I mentioned it in the last one because this is a Macbeth adaptation.
Oh, this is the one where they use the.
They don't use masks.
I'm losing my voice. Yes. So the who was the name of the mask?
Yes, the name of the mask I have written down because I could not remember it.
The female mask, which is the most precious one.
Yes.
Cool.
So they were shown these particular masks. So Mifune, who plays the Macbeth character, he was shown the Heida, Heida, Heida mask, and Yamada was shown the Shakuumi. Shakuumi?
Yes.
Shakuumi mask?
Yes.
So the Heida mask was the warrior mask, and the Shakuumi was the beautiful middle-aged lady mask. And on the brink of madness, apparently. And honestly, the way Yamada, the actor, plays the Lady Macbeth character is terrifying. It is creepy. She just is. I mean, he's just. I mean, so it starts obviously. He's in the woods with his mate, and they've just kind of like. They've just conquered or suppressed a uprising, right? They're in the woods. They're lost in the fog, and again, fog plays a huge is another character in this Kurosawa film, and you feel like it's a dream, like because like the fog rolls in, it rolls out, people are lost in it. It's all set in. It's very powerful and sort of kind of eerie. So they start in the fog. They find this. Spirit creature who's kind of plays the witches, but as a single person. She's just there on a spinning wheel,
okay,
and talking to them and giving their prediction. And they're sitting there going, "All right, so we'll take what you said." And she gives them like, "You're going to get the castle. You're going to get the castle. You're going to get success. You know, good for you." And they take it back, and they do, right? They go, and he comes back home. So Mifune comes back home, and his wife is there, just sitting there. Just staring into like oblivion, and with this kind of like no emotion, like, and it's just terrifying. As she sits there, basically telling him, "You just should go and kill your lord because your friend's probably gonna mess you up, and he's gonna tell you, and you're gonna get killed. So you got to act before they do, and you know, blah blah blah." So she's kind of pushing him as the Macbeth story goes, and he's like going, "Yeah, you know what? Yeah, I should. You're absolutely right." So she convinces him obviously to go and do the business. And she and not to jump around, but the shots, there's no, I mean, there's close-ups, but realistically, it's all set like a Nove play. It's so she's kind of shuffling around in her traditional garb and her kind of stoic face, and Mifune's.
It sounds really scary.
It's cool as shit.
And would you say that is it a beginning? Is it the beginning of Japanese horror?
No, but I would say that
an inspiration.
It's an inspiration. I think all of them, because all the spirits, all of the I would say it's probably the beginning of Japanese horror in a sense, because and then in these films they take these concepts and start to build this atmosphere, and
got it.
It just naturally falls into, into that world.
So this is the one where the mask, it becomes. She's wearing a mask, or you said something that there is a movie where the female character has this mask on, but it's not an actual mask.
So no,
she doesn't.
She doesn't wear a mask, but so Kurosawa showed them the mask to say, these are the characters I want you to play, and it's their faces. So Mifune's walking around.
It's flesh and blood.
It's flesh and blood face, but it's just if you watch her.
It will remind you.
Remind you of, and you know, it's got, you know.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
So.
Okay. Now, obviously, probably the music plays an important part as well in this.
Yeah.
Film.
Again,
if it's inspired by No, then.
Yeah.
Music was the atmospheric, eerie eerie.
Yeah, flute and
music.
drum.
Flute and drum,
Subtle.
without any harmony,
Yeah.
without anything. It's just atmospheric.
Yeah, it's an incredible. It's just an incredible dramatic piece that you should watch. And there's one bit. Oh yeah, there's one bit I should mention. When we talked about earlier about the if there's any VFX or any sort of in
Special effects.
Seven Samurai. Well, in this, the ending has Mifune's character running around. He's about to get sort of like killed by these soldiers, right? There's a scene where he's on the balcony, he's talking to them, and then he gets attacked by arrows. These are real arrows being fired at him.
What?
Apparently. So there's a whole system. Apparently he had like armor on and stuff, and I believe there was some safety measures, but these are proper archers. So he's running around and flailing about. He runs to one side, all these arrows on one side. He runs to the right, all these arrows to the other side. And apparently they used real archers to fire at him. So the fear on his face.
The Tom Cruise of the time.
I mean, quite honestly, yeah,
That's
he is badass.
wow.
He's become one of my new
Wow.
favorite actors. Honestly,
Wow.
It's fantastic.
Amazing. And none of the arrows hit him.
No, he lived on. Yeah, he did all right.
Oh, he ended up being a Swiss cheese.
Yeah, he would have. Yeah, this is it. I don't know what kind of contract he signed, but maybe there wasn't as many protections back then.
Just reminded me of that cartoon. I don't know. Maybe it's Tom and Jerry or whatever. That is just arrows again, and then all of a sudden, the character drinks
And
orange
it
juice.
yeah. But that brings us to a close on the golden age. I think realistically,
Really?
yeah, we're gonna have to go into.
Aw.
I know, very sad. We'll have to go into some more. Honestly, some deep dives into each of. You can go into deep dives in all of these films and more. But right now, we'll call it there.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
Yeah.
Thank you. So this was our Japanese film cinematography
Yeah.
part 2. And now we finished our little journey around Japan. We have one extra special episode for you.
Yes.
But then the next stop will be. That's the
globe?
Imagine the globe.
I'm seeing it.
China.
Okay.
China. And we will talk about Hong Kong as well. Our new home.
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
So, see you next time.
See you
Thank
next
you
time.
so much. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.